For years, we've been told that magnesium is the solution, that just one capsule before bed is enough for the body to rest and the muscles to recover. And many of you have followed this to the letter, taking it every night with discipline and faith, yet you still wake up tired. Not because magnesium is bad, but because no one has explained what your body really needs while you sleep. Just think about this. A 67-year-old man who walks every morning, eats carefully, avoids excesses, and takes his supplements without fail. A man who does everything he was told was right. And yet, every day his legs get heavier, his arms are less responsive, and when he wakes up, he feels like the night was pointless. That's not normal aging. That's a sign that something in your body's night cycle is blocked. The secret to maintaining and rebuilding muscle after 60 isn't in the gym. It's in what happens while you sleep. More than 70% of repair happens during sleep. Muscle repair happens at night. In those quiet hours, the fibers rebuild, the cells renew, and the body releases the hormones that signal the construction of new tissue. But there's a problem. Most older adults are wasting this window, not for lack of effort, but for lack of the right signal. Today, I'm going to share with you the 2+ method, 4 micronutrients that, when consumed at the right time, activate this repair signal while you sleep, and 4 nighttime habits that seem harmless but turn off that signal every night without you even realizing it. The last of the 4 is so common that I almost guarantee you did it yesterday. Stay with me until the end. What you're going to hear today isn't a trick or a fad. It's how your own biology works when you learn to work with it, not against it. Hello, I'm Dr. Raul Navarro, a specialist in strategic nutrition and sarcopenia in older adults. I've been working with men and women for over 15 years. 60-year-olds who do everything right, but aren't seeing results. I remember the day I reviewed patient number 47's file. With the same clinical picture that year, same active profile. Disciplined, no vices. Same problem, progressive muscle weakness, morning fatigue, loss of strength in legs and hands. And they were all taking their vitamins. That's when I understood it wasn't what they were taking. It was because the human body has an internal clock, and that clock determines when it can receive certain signals and when it can't. If you send it the wrong signal at the wrong time, the muscle simply doesn't respond. As if I were sitting in front of you in my office. I'm going to explain exactly how your body works at night and what you can do today to change that cycle. Hello, I want to tell you about Don Aurelio. He's 68 years old, lives in Guadalajara, and is one of the most disciplined people I've ever treated. He got up at 6 in the morning without fail. He walked for 40 minutes. He ate a protein breakfast, she ate lightly at night and took her magnesium before bed. Just as her previous doctor had instructed, she never smoked. She almost never drank. She did everything she'd been told. But something didn't add up. In the last 2 years, her legs felt heavier when she woke up. Her arms responded with less strength. She had trouble climbing the subway stairs. She had trouble carrying grocery bags. One Sunday at noon, she tried to open a jar of sauce. She couldn't. She called her son. His son opened it effortlessly and went back to watching television, unaware of what was happening at that moment. What did it mean to his father? Don Aurelio told me later in a consultation, with a calmness that touched me deeply, doctor. At that moment, I felt like I was becoming invisible. I didn't want more strength for the gym. I didn't want to have to ask anyone for help. I wanted to continue being the same man, the one who had always carried his own weight. Many patients tell me the same thing. Doctor, I already take my magnesium. I already sleep my hours. I already eat my protein. I don't know why I still lack strength. And almost always my answer is the same. You're probably doing it with good intentions, but not at the moment when the body can benefit. Don Aurelio didn't change his life. He only changed the timing. And in 3 weeks, he sent me a very short message. He opened that jar of sauce by himself, without calling anyone. I'm going to explain exactly what changed and how you can replicate it. To understand the solution, first we need to understand the problem. Your body works in 2 modes. During the day, consumption mode uses energy, moves muscles, uses nutrients. At night, when you close your eyes, reconstruction mode. Muscle cells receive the order to repair themselves. The damaged fibers regenerate, and the body releases growth hormone, which is the master signal to build new tissue. This hormone is only released in the deepest phases of sleep. Not just any sleep, but deep restorative sleep, where the brain almost shuts down, and therein lies the problem for many over 60s. It's not that the body has forgotten how to rebuild itself. It's that it's not receiving the tools it needs, right when it needs them. It's like having the best workshop in the world, but with the lights off and without the materials in the right place. Muscle doesn't understand age. It understands the signal, and that signal depends on two micronutrients that work together at night. The first acts as a key, the second as the foreman who coordinates all the work. The first ally of the 2x4 method is vitamin D3. Many think that D3 is only for bones, and that's true, but incomplete. Vitamin D3 is also a muscle hormone modulator, which means it tells cells when and how they should rebuilding at night. When the body enters repair mode, vitamin D3 acts like a key that unlocks the receptors on the surface of each muscle fiber. Without that key, the doors remain closed. The calcium and phosphorus you consume during the day cannot enter, and the muscle does not rebuild, even if you have slept 8 hours. In addition, vitamin D3 naturally stimulates testosterone production during sleep in both men and women. This hormone is what tells the body to build new tissue. Without enough vitamin D3, that command never arrives. It's like having all the workers ready on the construction site, without the architect to tell them what to build. Where can you find vitamin D3? In food. Salmon, sardines, tuna, egg yolks, mushrooms exposed to sunlight, and fortified milk are accessible sources. A portion of grilled sardines with dinner already activates that signal. Second, the sun. 15 or 20 minutes of direct sunlight on the arms or legs. Tomorrow is the most potent and cheapest source available. Many people over 60, without realizing it, spend almost the entire day indoors, and that has consequences. If your doctor confirms a deficiency in tests, you can consider a supplement of 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily, but always under medical supervision. Now then, I get asked this a lot. Does D3 at night affect sleep? Doesn't it interfere with melatonin? And I understand the confusion because there's conflicting information circulating online. The answer is this: D3 taken with dinner does not affect melatonin. The key point is that it's not consumed right before bed, but during dinner, 2 or 3 hours before. There's an important difference there as well. D3 is fat soluble. It needs fat to be absorbed. That's why it's taken with dinner, not with a glass of water at bedtime. A dinner that boosts this signal: grilled sardines or salmon, garlic mushrooms, avocado, and, if you like, a corn tortilla. Everything you already have in your kitchen. The second ally is zinc, doctor. I know that one. I already take it. I'm told this frequently, and it's true. Zinc exists in many homes, but there's a huge difference between having it and taking advantage of it at the right time. If vitamin D3 opens the doors of the muscle, zinc is what coordinates the workers inside. During the deepest phases of sleep, when the body releases growth hormone, zinc becomes the cofactor that allows that hormone to do its job. Without enough zinc, the hormone is released, but it can't act. It's like having all the workers on the construction site and not having the foreman. Zinc participates in more than 300 reactions within your body, many of them directly related to the synthesis of muscle proteins. When there are optimal levels, muscles make the most of the protein you ate during the day. When you're lacking, that protein sits idle in your bloodstream, never reaching where it's needed. Where to find it on the table? Lean beef, pumpkin seeds, black beans, nuts, and seafood are excellent sources. Black beans, in particular, are an affordable source of zinc and a staple of the Mexican diet. The optimal time to consume zinc is with your last meal of the day, or as a supplement 2 to 3 hours after dinner, before bed. An important point: don't combine it with calcium or iron at the same time, because they compete for the same absorption pathway. If you have diabetes, hypertension, or another chronic condition, everything I'm sharing today applies, but with a caveat: discuss it with your doctor before making any adjustments. They know your specific situation and can guide you better. Now comes the part I find hardest to tell you, because up until now we've talked about what your body needs at night, but there are 4 habits that most people over 60 do every night, and that turn off that repair signal before it can act. I almost guarantee you did one of these 4 yesterday, and probably thought it was healthy. Saboteur number 1, the B complex at night. B vitamins are essential for metabolism, for nerves, for memory. If your doctor prescribed them, it's fine to take them. The problem isn't the B complex. The problem is when you take it. These vitamins are natural stimulants. They activate the nervous system, speed up metabolism, slightly raise heart rate. Taking them at night is like turning on the engine of your car, right? When you should turn it off. Your body can't enter the deep sleep phase, that delta phase where growth hormone is released. You sleep, but you don't rest. And most importantly, the muscle doesn't rebuild. I've seen patients who had been complaining for months of light sleep and morning fatigue, The only change we made was to move the B complex. From dinner time to breakfast, in less than a week, your rest improved noticeably. If you're taking it at night, move it to the morning. With breakfast, that's where it really works. Saboteur number 2, vitamin C at night. Vitamin C has a well-earned reputation. It strengthens the immune system, protects the skin, prevents colds. All of that is true, but taken in large doses right before bed. It does something few people know about. It eliminates the oxidative stress signal that the body uses to activate muscle repair. During the day, physical activity generates small doses of that stress, a natural process necessary at night. That stress acts like an alarm that tells the body, there are damaged fibers, it's time to repair them. If you take vitamin C right before bed, you turn off that alarm before the workers arrive on the job site. You take the C thinking you're protecting your muscles. In reality, you're turning off the signal that activates them. If you take vitamin C, do it in the morning or at midday, its antioxidant effect will continue to work during the day, without interfering with nighttime repair. Saboteur number 3, caffeine after 1 p.m. When I mention caffeine, many people think only of coffee, but it's also present in black tea, dark chocolate, cola, and some circulation or performance supplements. The problem with caffeine isn't just that it keeps you awake. It raises cortisol, the stress hormone. And cortisol is the direct enemy of growth hormone. While one builds muscle tissue, the other destroys it. A single dose of caffeine after 1 p.m. can remain active in your system until midnight. The rule is simple: nothing caffeinated after lunch. If you need something warm in the afternoon or evening, opt for chamomile, linden, or hibiscus tea without sugar. Infusions that relax rather than energize. Saboteur number 4, magnesium at the wrong time. Here's something that causes a lot of confusion, and I want to be very clear. Many people ask me, Doctor, my supplement already contains magnesium, zinc, and 3 other elements together. A single capsule is not the same. I understand the logic. It seems more practical. One capsule solved everything, but the body doesn't absorb them equally. When several minerals compete for the same absorption channel, at the same time, magnesium and zinc taken together interfere with each other. Calcium and zinc do the same. Each mineral has its optimal window, and when we mix them, neither reaches the place where it's needed with the effectiveness it should. Magnesium is a valuable ally. It relaxes muscles, regulates blood pressure, improves digestion. But its ideal window isn't the night before bed. It's mid-afternoon. Between 4 and 6 p.m., that's when it's absorbed correctly and doesn't compete with the zinc that will come later. That's strategy, not magic. It's giving each mineral its moment. Okay? Now you have the 4 saboteurs and you have the 2 allies. Before continuing, I want to ask you something. Write the number 7 in the comments. If you too have been doing everything right, but at the wrong time, that number tells me you've made it this far, that you care about your body, and I'm going to take that very seriously. In a moment, I'm going to reveal the most common nighttime mistake I see in my practice, week after week, one that can cost you up to 30% of your muscle strength. I assure you, it's something almost no one suspects. Now comes the practical part. I call this the 2+ method. 4 allies that activate the nighttime repair signal, and 4 habits that need to be moved to another time of day. Save this part of the video. Here's everything you need to remember. The 3-hour rule at 7 p.m. or whenever you have dinner. A balanced meal with healthy fats, grilled sardines or salmon, mushrooms, avocado, a corn tortilla. If you use a vitamin D supplement, take it here. With this dinner, not before bed, 3 hours later before sleeping, foods rich in zinc, pumpkin seeds, nuts, a handful of black beans if you like, or your zinc supplement if your doctor prescribed it. A large glass of water, nothing else, no tea, no vitamins, no other capsules. Dinner with vitamin D3, zinc 3 hours later. That's the rule. In the morning, with breakfast, the B complex and vitamin C, magnesium. In the afternoon between 4 and 6, and nothing caffeinated after lunch. You don't need to buy anything new. You don't need to change your whole life. You just need to rearrange the order of what you already do. A small adjustment at the moment, a huge change in the results. I have seen hundreds of people, older people who come to my office with the same phrase. Doctor, I've already accepted that this is age. There's nothing to be done. And every time I hear that, I answer the same thing. Age doesn't destroy muscle. It's the lack of strategic signaling. Yes, your body hasn't forgotten how to rebuild itself. Every night, it activates a complex network of silent processes, repairs fibers, releases hormones, strengthens what the day wore down. That capacity doesn't disappear with age. It only becomes dormant when it doesn't receive the conditions it needs. Don Aurelio didn't change of life. Only the timing changed. And that jar of sauce he couldn't open. He opened it all by himself, without calling anyone. Not because zinc is miraculous, not because vitamin D3 is a magic pill, but because he was finally sending his body the right signal. At the moment, it could actually receive and use it. Firmer legs and arms, better stability when walking, faster recovery after moving, and that feeling of truly waking up. Not just surviving the night isn't magic. It's a strategy applied with intelligence and consistency. We're not talking about bodybuilding. We're talking about maintaining your independence, about continuing to be the pillar of your family, about opening that jar without asking anyone for help. Do yourself a favor tonight. Review your routine. Move those vitamins to the right time. Give your body the opportunity to do what it already knows how to do. Share this video on WhatsApp. With someone over 60 you want to see strong, maybe that small gesture will give them back the energy they thought was lost. And if you want to keep learning these strategies, subscribe and turn on notifications. In the next video, I'm going to reveal the food that has more zinc than any supplement, and chances are you already have it in your kitchen without even knowing it. See you next time.